Selamünaleyküm.
Aleykümselam Mustafa. Nasılsın?
Good. How about you?
Thank you very much. Were you sleeping or you were awake?
I was awake.
Good.
My hair is just wet.
Why? You took shower?
Yeah.
Good. Mustafa, if you're ready, let's start.
Okay.
Yesterday we
Um.
were talking about system of equations. If you understand this basic idea, in the future, when you actually study more advanced math, if you are given like two equations, three equations, four equations, five equations, it doesn't matter. You're using the same idea. Okay, what is it? Usually, most frequently used and most commonly used method is elimination methods. Okay, yesterday we studied about substitution. Let's practice a few questions about substitution. Then we will practice elimination method today. Okay, and no
Mm-hmm.
problems. And maybe if you do well, I will finish this and move to new units. So what is
Mm-hmm.
again, once again, substitution, as actually the name suggests, we have to express one variable in terms of the other variable and substitute this into the second equation. That's why we call this substitution method, which is very
Mm-hmm.
commonly used method in math. Like as you see here in this question 7. All right. So y is given here, y is given here. That's already what is it ready? We don't have to do anything. Just I'm going to plug the first equation y, the value of y, into the second one. So what is y? Instead of y, I can use either negative 7x minus 1 or x minus 9, right? Because they are equal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to substitute this into the second equation. Negative 7x minus 1 is equal to, what was that? X minus 9. You see, with one actually, what is it, operation, I changed the system in equations into single equation. And we have already studied how to do that. Move unknowns to the left, numbers to the right. So here we have negative 7x minus x equals negative 9 plus 1. Negative 7 minus 1. What is negative 7 minus 1?
Negative 7 minus 1, -8.
Negative 8x equals negative 8. So x is equal to 1. If x equals 1, that's our first step. Second step, now I can find the value of y. Look at these equations. Which one looks simpler? The second one. So I'm going to use the second equation to find the value of x. So that is 1 minus 9. That's equal to negative 8. Now I'm going to write the solution here. X, y, right? In alphabetical order, x is 1, y is negative 8. So that means that if you graph these equations, they intersect each other at this point. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's do one more question together, then you will practice the other questions. Let's do question 10. Now in question 10, you see the questions are not given. I mean, clearly we cannot see that how x or y related to each other. So one of them, I had to change this to slope intercept form. That is y equals mx plus b. I don't want to use that word because equations may be different. So let's just express y in terms of x. Let me just go into 2. If I use the first one, I think x is better, right? Let me express x in terms of y. In the first equation, x is equal to 7y plus 53, right? I don't know this line. I'll leave it a bit longer. And now I'm going to substitute this into the second equation. So here we have negative 4 times x. What is x? X is 7y plus 53. It is an expression. That's why I'm writing this in parentheses. Minus 5y is equal to 19. Now distribute and simplify and solve it. Negative 4 times 7, negative 28y, minus 4 times 53, 212, minus 5y is equal to 19. What is negative 28 minus 5?
Negative 28 minus 5. Um, Negative 32. Negative 33.
33y equals move 212 to the right hand side, it will be positive. So that's equal to, what is it? 241. $31, right?
Mm-hmm.
31, not 41, 31. And now if you divide both sides by negative 33, we get y here. That's equal to negative 7. Okay, now we got the value of y. And now to find x, let me use this equation. X equals 7 times y. What is y? Negative 7 plus 53, which is equal to negative 49 plus 53. That's equal to 4. So dot, first x value, which is 4, y value, negative 7. We had decimal numbers and weird numbers. At that time, you may use a calculator. But for these questions, you should not use a calculator and
Mm-hmm.
that is all mental. Okay, Mustafa, that's it. Now let's practice. How many questions we have? 3. You're going to practice these 3 questions. And now after that, we'll talk about elimination methods. Now try question 9. Okay, step by step. Number 1, express, in this case, right, y in terms of x, plug it into the second equation or first equation and solve it.
Which question?
9.
9. Okay.
Did you get the value of x, Mustafa?
Mm, almost.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really understand. Can you show it again, Ojo?
If you look at these 2 equations, now
Mm-hmm.
here I have y alone in the second equation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means that that's easy to express y in terms of x, right?
Mm.
So in the second equation, I can write here y is equal to, move this x to the right hand side, negative 7x plus 22. So that means that I have solved this equation for y.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so y equals this. I'm just labeling this. Okay, instead of y, I can use negative 7x plus 22. Now the second step is substitution. So I'm going to substitute this into the first equation. So the first equation is I have 6x minus 5 times y, right? But instead of y, I can use this expression, negative 7x plus 22, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now on the right-hand side, we have 28. Now this equation becomes a single variable equation, right? Because we have only one variable in the equation. And we know how to solve it. I'm going to distribute here 6x, negative 5 times negative 7, positive 35x. Negative 5 times 22, that is negative 110. On the right-hand side, still I have negative 28, right? And now simplify 6x by 35x. That is 41x.
41.
And move this to the right-hand side. That is plus, right? Negative 28 plus 110. That is 82. I just added 82 to both sides. Now, if you divide by 41, I get x. That's equal to 2. So this is our first step, expressing or solving for either for x or y. This is our second step, solving for x. And third step, I have to find the value of y. Which one? I'm going to use this y equation. So y is equal to negative 7 times x. I know the value of x. That's 2 plus 22. Negative 7 times 2, negative 14 plus 22, that is 8, right? So now I can write the solution here. X value is 2, y value is 8.
Mm.
Or graphically or geometrically, if you think about this, if you graph these two equations, we know that they are straight lines. So they intersect each other at this point, at 2, 8. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's all about system of linear equations. And now try 11, Mustafa. Have a look.
Okay.
You're gonna take a note and try 11.
Yeah, get up, cover yourself, and I go to the room and keep on the go yourself. You can't change in here. Go go. You can just take a blanket with you. I cannot bring you with me here because there's not change here.
Um, X equals 0 and Y equals 5.
0 and 5. Are you sure?
It's either 5 or negative 5.
Did you say negative 5?
Yeah, either 5 or negative 5. I think it's negative 5 though, but I'm not sure.
How come you're not sure? If you solved it, what did you get?
Well, for the equation, I got negative Y equals negative 3X plus 5. And if X equals 0, then that's going to mean negative Y equals 5.
Yeah, the first step, using the second equation, what is your y? Did
Hmm.
you express this in terms of x?
Yes.
What is it?
Negative 3X plus 5.
No, y. Y is
Yeah.
3x minus 5. Because here we have negative y, right? If you move y to
Yeah.
the right-hand side, 5 to the left-hand side, y will be equal to 3x minus 5, right?
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I think you made a mistake here, Mustafa. That's why you get the wrong answer.
Yeah, I moved 3x to the other side
But if you
rather
move
than
3x to the
switching.
right-hand side, then you should have here negative y is equal to negative 3x plus 5. And
Yeah,
now
that's
if
what
you
I had.
multiply both sides by negative, then you'll have here y is equal to 3x minus 5.
Mm,
And that's why, that's is because of lack of practice. You know knowledge, you know how to do that, but because of the practice, you make such mistakes. Okay? All right.
hmm
Mustafa, continue. Now plug it into the first equation, okay? Because your answer is wrong. Plug it into the
Um,
first equation and solve it. Solve it in your notebook.
for me, I put the 6x onto the other side. So negative 6x plus 2 parentheses 3x minus 5 equals 10.
Okay, the second one is you're substituting this into the first equation, 2 times y. So that is 3x minus 5. And moving 6x to the right-hand side, minus 6x is equal to 10. You mean this?
Yeah.
Okay. And now 2 times 3x, it is 6x. 6x minus 10 minus 6x is equal to 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now 6x minus 6x is 0. So here we have on the left-hand side negative 10, on the right-hand side 10. Now we have contradiction. Negative 10 is never equal to 10, right? So that means that dot, dot, dot, this system has no solution.
Mm,
No solution means that these two lines are parallel to each other. What does it mean? If you actually write them in slope-intercept form, you will see that they have the same slopes. Y, divide both sides by 2. I have here 3x plus 5. And the second equation is y is equal to 3x minus 5. Look at the slopes. It is 3 and 3, right?
mm-hmm.
The same slopes, that means that they are parallel. They are parallel. So that's why they have no solution. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
To question 12, Mustafa.
Hajam, I don't understand it.
Again, okay.
Yeah, because there's no like just why.
Because you're not practicing, Mustafa, is the truth. Because, if you practice, you can see that because only we added one knowledge here, one concept. That's it. Everything else is the skills that we have to use, we learned in the past. If you don't practice every time, you will have this kind of problem in the future. Every time, actually have some idea, but you are not sure, you get stuck, you don't know how to start because lack of practice. You need to practice, Mustafa. So look,
Mm-hmm.
the idea is again, using one of the equations, I have to solve it for one of the variables. We have two variables, right? X or Y. Why am I saying one of the variables? Look at this, which one is easier? But if you want, every time you can solve for Y, it doesn't matter. Okay. Now,
Mm-hmm.
let me just do for the second one. The second one, I'm going to solve for Y. Okay. So if you solve this, how do I do this? I move 3y to the right-hand side, -5 to the left-hand side, because here the coefficient of y is negative. Not to deal with negative number, I'm doing so. So I will have this equation, 3y is equal to 4x plus 5. Did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
And now to write this in slow intercept form, I should divide both sides by 3. Divide by 3, y equals, I have 4 here, 4 divided by 3x plus 5 divided by 3, right? So now I have expressed y in terms of x. That's the first step. Now I'm going to substitute this into the first equation now. Because y, I'm going to change this into an equation of single variable. Okay. So wherever I see y, I am going to use this expression now. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
writing the first equation. The first equation is 5x plus 7 times y. What is y? Y is 4 over 3x plus 5 over 3. On the right-hand side, we have -17. Now we practice such questions in Unit 1. If you practice a lot, you should be really fast because it's a very basic, simple equation, yet every time you're going to see this equation in math, linear equations. I'm going to distribute first. I have here 5x, 7 times 4 over 3. That is 28
28.
over 3x. 7 times 5 over 3. That is 35 over 3. On the right-hand side, we have -17. Right? Now, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to deal with fractions. In the denominator, I have 3. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3 to simplify the equation. I'm using the property of multiplication. If you multiply both sides by the
Mm-hmm.
same number, nothing changes. 3 times 5x, 15x. 3 times 28 over 3, that is 28x. 3 times 35 over 3, that is 35. 3 times -17, -51. Now next, simplify. 15 plus 28, that is 41, right? 41x. Move 35 to the right-hand side. -51 minus 35, that is
Wait, Hojam,
3, right?
isn't that 43?
Yeah, 43, sorry. It is 43, 43x. And -51 minus 35, -86. And now if you divide both sides by if you divide both sides by 43, I get the value of x, which is equal to -2, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to plug it into the equation y and find the value of y. So y is equal to 4 over 3 times x, right? That is, I can write at the top 4 times x, -2 plus 5, and the common denominator is 3. 4 times -2, -8, -8 plus 5, -3. -3 divided by 3 is -1. So the solution is -2 and -1. This is algebraic skill, it's not about getting the answer. To how to say, improve your skill on manipulating variables. Because in algebra, it's a really important, moving something from left to right, right to left, expressing something in terms of another thing, and use it in the formula.
Hmm.
That is algebra, actually. Okay, Mustafa, you have some idea now?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do like this, Mustafa. If you want, write this equation. Do not look at the solution. Try one more time.
To
How many
make it,
ways if I, huh?
to do it.
Yes. Write the equation, but don't look at the solution. Can you try again?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Mustafa?
I'm on the last part now.
Okay.
All right.
Did you get the same thing?
Yeah.
Good. Now you try another question, okay? Because I want to make sure that you should be able to two questions in a row without any mistake.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can you solve this question one using substitution methods?
Using what?
Substitution methods. So now we are using substitution method, right? That method is called
Mm-hmm.
substitution. Come on, Mustafa, you should be faster.
I don't get how I'm supposed to do the substitution method since both equal y. I should wait.
Y is already given. So that means that the right-hand side of this equation must be the same, right? Just write one equation and solve it. Just one step is new here. Everything else is we have already learned, right? In unit one.
Mm-hmm.
First, did you write your first equation like this? 1/4 of x plus 1 equals
Mm-hmm.
negative x minus 9.
Yeah, I'm solving right now.
What did you do in the next step here?
I added, I no, subtracted one from both sides, and then I added x to both sides. So I have um
Or before
5
doing this,
over.
Mustafa, we have fraction here, right? Why don't you change this into a
Mm-hmm.
whole number? Multiply
Mm,
everything by 4. 4
4
times 1/4, it is x. 4 times
x
1,
plus
it is
4.
4, right? And here we have
Mm-hmm.
negative 4x, negative 36. And now move negative 4x to the left-hand side, we have 5x. And 4 to the right-hand side, negative 40, right?
Mm-hmm.
And x is equal to negative 8. That's it. And now you just substitute into the second equation or the first one. It doesn't matter. The second one looks simpler. Y is equal to negative x is 8, right? Minus 9.
Mm-hmm.
That's equal to negative 1. Dot,
Mm-hmm.
dot, dot. X is negative 8. Y is negative 1. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Go on, do question two, Mustafa. And there's nothing, only the substitution, the word you're plugging, that step we have added here. Now do question two using substitution methods.
Mm-hmm.
Try to do in 1.5 minutes. Okay, I set the timer. Yes, Mustafa.
I think I got x.
What is
Yeah,
what is X?
x equals 2.
Okay, that's correct. Why?
And then let me plug it in for y real quickly.
So if you plug into the first equation, 2 times 2, 4, 4 minus 8 is
Y
negative.
equals negative 8.
Yeah, that's it. You see here we have already given, so I don't have to do anything. Just
Mm-hmm.
plug it into the second equation. Plus 2 times y. So that is 4x minus 16. That equals 18, right? 13
Mm-hmm.
plus 4x, that is 17x. and move negative 16 to the right-hand side. That is 34. So x equals 2. If x equals 2, then y equals 4 minus 8, negative 4. Dot, dot, dot. So that is 2, negative 4. Okay. Now let's speed up. You should be able to solve like in less than 1 minute. Do question 3.
X equals -7.
X equals negative 7, then
Then
y?
Y equals -6.
Negative 6. Let me check this. 3 times negative 21, negative 42. That's correct. So that is negative 7, negative 6. Okay. You see now you're getting better and faster. Do question 4. Can you solve this in 30 seconds now? 4.
Okay. Y equals -2.
Okay. So x equals 2, right? Y equals negative 2. Always you have to write the answer as an ordered pair. Okay. 5.
X equals 6.
6.
-6, my bad.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Negative 6.
-6. And then -6.
But if you plug into the first equation, yes.
Y equals 5.
No.
Like, let me just write it down. So I kind of did that in my mind.
What
Equals.
is it here? Negative x, right? Negative minus
Mhm.
6 is plus 6, right?
Hmm.
36 plus 6 is 42. 42 divided by negative 6 is negative 7.
Hmm.
try, Mustafa, the small numbers. If you try, try to do the question mentally. As you practice more, your brain cells get stronger and stronger. That's why we should practice, the small numbers practice. If you cannot do, think, okay. But as you practice more, you get faster and better. Okay, the last question, Mustafa, or let's say one question, the rest you have to finish it yourself, okay?
Okay.
That's question 6.
Six.
Look at the equations carefully, Mustafa. What are you gonna do in the first step?
Hmm.
If you look at the first equation, negative 12, 30, and 60, all of these numbers are divisible by 6, right?
Yes.
So simplify the first equation. You see, you simplify, it really speeds up your solution. Divide by, let's say, divide by negative 6. If you divide by negative 6, I have here, or just actually 6. So here we have negative 2x equals, divide by 6,
5y
6 is 10.
plus 10.
You see now I have here 2x, right? Also, I have here 2x, right? So I know that 2x is equal to this. Actually, I have minus here. So if I just change this, instead of this 2x, I can write here negative 5y minus 10 plus 5y. On the right-hand side, we have 20. Negative 5y plus 5 is gone. So I have here negative 10 is equal to 20. Contradiction, negative 10 is never equal to 20. We don't have any variable that balances this equation. That's why this equation has no solution. That means that these lines are parallel to each other. Okay? All right, Mustafa, you have to practice these questions. Okay, how many? We have, I think, 7. Now let's talk about elimination methods. Let me just write the date quickly. Okay, now elimination. Again, Mustafa, as the name suggests, we are going to eliminate one of the variables, okay? So that means that we have 2 variables. If you eliminate one of them, we will have only 1 variable. But 1 variable equation, we know how to solve it, right? From actually, grade 7, 8, 9, 10. And to do this, what should we do here? First, we have to line up the equations. Line up the equations means that write both of them in standard form. Standard form is, what is it? AX plus by is equal to c, right? In this form, okay? Not every time, but usually in general, we just write in this form. Then we multiply one or both equations by a number to result in a variable with the same coefficient so that I can eliminate. Right? Like, for example, if I have something like this, 2x plus 7y is equal to 10. And I have here, let's say this 3x plus 7y is equal to 1. You see this y, right? 7y, 7y are the same. So if I subtract, it will be gone. 3x minus 2x, it is x. 7y minus 7, 0. 1 minus 9, it is 10, negative 9. And that's why we have to first align them, multiply one or both equations by a number to result in a variable with the same coefficient. Add or subtract. If they have the same signs, we subtract. Otherwise, we add. And that's it, Let's practice 2 questions. Idea is really simple. You see, it's already aligned, right? Ax plus by, ax plus by equals c, right? So I'm going to eliminate x. To eliminate x, if you look at the coefficients, the coefficient of x in the first equation, 1. The coefficient of x in the second equation, 1. So they are the same. What should we do here? Subtract or add?
Subtract.
Subtract, right? X minus x, 0. 7 minus negative 1, that is 8y. 17 minus negative 7, that is 24. In subtraction, you should be a bit careful, okay? So y is equal to 3. If y is equal to 3, I'm going to use this equation to find x. X is equal to y minus 7, right? So that's equal to, what is y? It is 3. 3 minus 7, that's equal to negative 4. So the solution to the system is, it is 3. Sorry, first we have to write x. Be careful. X is negative 4 and y is 3. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And also here in question 2 is already aligned. The coefficients are opposite numbers. So to eliminate y, I should just add. If you add this, 3x plus 5x, it is 8x, 2y plus negative 2y, 0, 22 plus 42, that is 64. Divide both sides by 8, we get 8 here, right? And now I can use either the first or the second equation to find y. I'm going to plug it into the first equation, 3 times x. X is 8 plus 2 times y is equal to 22. You know how to solve this equation. If you solve this, 22 minus 24, negative 2. Negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. So dot, dot, dot, x equals 8 and y equals negative 1. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The last question, okay, then you'll practice others. I'll show you 4. If you look at this equation, Mustafa, 7x minus 6y, 2x minus 3y, the coefficients are not the same, right? So how can let me show you question 6, okay, not 4. So like 3x minus 9y equals 12, and okay, not also this one. Let me show 5, because also 6 is easy. Here we have 3 and 7, right? How can actually
Mm-hmm.
make the coefficients the same? So 3, 7, the least common multiple of 3, 7 is 21. So I'm going to multiply the first equation by 7 and the second equation by 3. I'm using the property of multiplication. Multiply by 7, 35x. Multiply by 7, 21y. Multiply by 7, negative 49. The second equation by 3, it is 6x plus 21y. 3 times 3 is 9. Now, as see here, the coefficients of y are the same. So how can I eliminate? By subtraction. Let me subtract 35 minus 6, 29x. 21 minus 21 is gone. Negative 49 minus 9, that's equal to negative 58. Divide both sides by 29, we get 2 here, negative 2.
Mm-hmm.
And now if I just substitute into the first equation, 2 times negative 2 plus 7y equals 3. Move negative 4 to the right-hand side. 7y is equal to 3 plus 4, that is 7. Then y equals 1. That's it. Now dots, dots, dots. X value is negative 2. Y value is 1. Or if you graph these two equations, they graphs are straight lines. They intersect each other at negative 2, 1. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's solve one question and finish the class, okay? The
Okay.
idea is really simple, Again, step by step, we will improve our skills. Do question 3. What do we do here in the first step, Mustafa? Which one are you going to eliminate? Which one is easier to eliminate?
X.
X, very good. So multiply the second equations, both sides by
Um 4.
4. Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Yes, Mustafa.
Hocam, I'm kind of stuck.
First, you multiply by 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I have here negative 42. If you multiply by 4, we have 4x plus 20y equals by 4 is 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's subtract. So let's subtract 4x minus 4x, 0. Negative 9 minus 20. Negative 29y, right? Negative
Hocam,
42. Yes.
don't we multiply both sides?
Yeah, I multiply both sides.
Like the top one and the bottom one?
Well, why would we multiply the top one? It's already 4x right here.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get 4x in the second equation.
Oh.
If you multiply both, again, it will be different.
All right, I understand now.
Okay? So negative 42 minus 16, negative 58. Now divide both sides by negative 29. Y is equal to 2. So if y is equal to 2, using this equation, x equals negative 5y plus 4 equals negative 5 times y. What is y? It is 2 plus 4. Negative 10 plus 4 is negative 6. So dot, dot, dot. X value is negative 6. Y value is 2. Okay, Mustafa. Mustafa, these are
Mm-hmm.
again very important skills in algebra. It's not about solving this equation. It's about understanding what are algebraic skills. Manipulating, multiplying, adding, subtracting, that is algebra. Okay. So try to practice the rest of the
Mm-hmm.
questions. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
as many questions as possible. Because once you understand, it's really easy. System of linear equations, one of the easiest topic in algebra. Mustafa, about we said that we're going to meet on Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you busy on Saturday?
Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, am I busy Saturday?
Or maybe tomorrow morning before 1 o'clock? Because
I'm
Saturday,
not gonna be
Sunday,
home tomorrow morning.
huh?
I'm not gonna be home tomorrow morning,
Okay, how about
but
Saturday afternoon
I
or
could do Saturday.
what time? 1 o'clock?
If you're available, then sure.
Yeah, because Sunday I have a lot of classes and it's Sunday, next day
Mm-hmm.
we have work. So, also I want to share this. So, Mustafa, then I'll meet you on Saturday, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Also, Sunday we will see if you have class. Also, we can have a class on Sunday
Mm-hmm.
because next week, most probably, I won't be able to teach. I will see because Ramadan,
Mm-hmm.
Iftar, sometimes, I'm tired or we are invited for dinner. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
We will see. Okay, if possible, we can have class. But now, let's meet on Saturday. Then we'll decide for Sunday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll see you on Sunday, Mustafa. Bye bye.
Bye. İyi günler.
Sorry, Saturday, Saturday. Okay.